Hello friends, this is Girish, and in this presentation I will talk about AI for business. So let's get started. This is AI for business part 5. Let's look at generative AI project type. Generative AI project type can mostly fall into prompt engineering, retrieval augmented generation, which is commonly known as RAG, and fine-tuning. There is one more type, which is training an LLM from scratch. Prompt engineering is about using prompts to guide LLM behavior. RAG involves combining LLM with enterprise data. Fine-tuning requires adopting a pre-trained LLM to a specific domain. Let's look at prompt engineering, which is one of the most common way of unlocking potential of LLM in the form of AI assistant. Prompt engineering is about crafting input or data, which is primarily text but can also be image or video, which is used to effectively communicate with GPT, which is one of the LLM, and which exists in the form of AI assistant such as ChatGPT, Copilot, or Gemini. And then the new content is generated, which can be again text, image, or video based on the prompt given. So there are prompt engineering type, something like open-ended prompt, zero-shot prompt, few-shot prompt, chain of thoughts prompt, and then finally the structure, which we will go into detail, which is role, instruction, context and format. So which is persona, task, and context format. So let's take some example of open-ended prompt. So here there is an example of open-ended prompt. Tell me significance of Bhagavad Gita in Mahabharata. Zero-shot prompt will be like, who is Bhishma in the Mahabharata? So you are giving some more information to AI assistant. Let's look at few-shot prompt. So here you will say summarize following events from the Mahabharata. So you're giving more information, the game of the dice, the exile of the Pandavas, the battle of Kurukshetra. Chain of thought prompts will be explain why Arjuna was hesitant to fight in the Kurukshetra war and how Krishna addressed his concerns. So you see, these are the different ways of communicating, different ways of giving the prompt to AI assistant. Now let's look at the core prompt engineering structure. So here we have who, what, why, and how. So 3 W and 1 H. So who is like, who are you? So you tell AI assistant, who are you? Whether you are a yoga teacher, whether you are a sales manager, whether you are a marketing manager, whether you are a trainer, whether you are a coach. What is the task? What you want AI assistant to do? You want to generate a content, you want to generate an outline, you want to generate any document, generate code. And why? So what's the context or what's the background? You want to tell. So let's say if you are a yoga teacher and you want to generate an outline of training, you say this is for the age 18 to 24 age group. So some kind of a context you can give. And how? So what's the format you want? You want a table structure, you want a document, you want a website, you want a code, and things like that. So let's go through some of the example. So here, one of the prompt engineering example is, consider you are a yoga expert. Then you specify what? Create quick outline for teaching yoga to school-going children. Required for age group of 15 to 18 years. Arrange in tabular format with day-wise agenda and hourly session. So here, it's a persona, the task, the context, and the format. Let's look at another example. Here we say, consider you are a sales manager. Create quick outline for sales pitch for proposal on AI training. Why? Required for manufacturing industry into heavy equipment for quality control. Create content in Word document format relevant to manufacturing industry. So here it's a persona, sales manager, the task which you want, a sales pitch, outline of the sales pitch, context, like it's manufacturing industry, and then the format, like you want a Word document format. One more example. So here we are saying, consider you are part of marketing department, create a campaign strategy to promote your training program on AI, required for education sector, which want to provide personalized learning, generate PDF document, which can be uploaded to marketing automation tool. So here persona is marketing department. The task is to create a campaign strategy outline for training program on AI. The context is it's education sector and needs a personalized learning. And format is that you need a PDF document. So this is ChatGPT from OpenAI and I'm logged in. So let's try quickly the prompts. So this is one of the example which I have covered. Consider you are a yoga expert, create quick outline for teaching yoga to school-going children required for age group of 15 to 18 years. Arrange in tabular format with day-wise agenda and hourly session. So it does that, it creates that day-wise agenda, hourly session, and it considers that, the age group, and it will give you that. Now you can specify whether you want 3 day, 1 day, or 5 days. So it's given you by default 5 day, right? So you can do that, specify, and it will take care of that. Let's try another example. So this is about the sales manager, right? Create quick outline for sales pitch for proposal on AI training. Required for manufacturing industry into heavy equipment for quality control. Create content in Word document format relevant to manufacturing industry. It's doing some analysis, let's say. So you can see it's like generated a document, right? So I'm going to download this file. And there you go. It's downloaded. And I have the Word document. This is what has been generated by ChatGPT. It's generated a Word document which I was able to download. And it's pretty cool. You can expand this. You can refine it. Let's try the last example. So this is the prompt which I am sharing here. Consider you are a part of marketing department, create a campaign strategy to promote your training program on AI required for education sector, which want to provide personalized learning, generate PDF document which can be uploaded to marketing automation tool. Right, so there is a persona, there is a task, you have the context, and then you have the format. So it's created the PDF. So let's look at it, download it. It's got it. So it generated a PDF document with all the information which we requested. You can further refine it, further go through it, and continue to explore this. So that was a quick demo on the prompt engineering of the example which I gave. Let's look at RAG, which is one of the most augmented way of unlocking potential of LLM in the form of AI assistant. So what does it do? Let's look at what is RAG. So retrieval is fetch most relevant information, augmented select most relevant information, and generation create most relevant information. So let's look at with the flow. So here RAG is about enhancing the prompt. So the prompt will be primarily text, it can be image, video also, right, which is used to effectively communicate with GPT, which is one of the LLM. But here, what will happen is, before it goes to the LLM and the new content is generated, you have a relevant knowledge source which will enhance the prompt, and then it will go to GPT, the LLM. It can be AI system, which is ChatGPT, Copilot, or Gemini, and the new content will be generated, right, which can be image, video, text. Now, why RAG? So why do you want to use that? You can avoid generic response from LLM, so you can get personalized, customized response. You can address unpredictable response from LLM. You can increase user trust over response from LLM. You can have more control over text generated by LLM, so you can regulate the responses. You can minimize inaccurate response from LLM. Let's look at fine-tuning, which is one of the most customized way of unlocking potential of LLM in the form of AI assistant. So it's like a customization. So what is fine-tuning? So it can be two types: domain specific and task specific. What does it mean by domain specific? So whether it's your industry sector, business function, team, product, right? So you can fine tune or you can customize the LLM. You can train the LLM as per your domain. Task specific, you want the LLM to do question answering as per your business. You want to do a sentiment analysis or language translation, very specific, very specific script. You can do that. So that's a fine tuning. It's basically customizing the LLM. You are actually fine tuning it. It's already trained, but then you are also training with your own data. Now, why fine tuning? You can align LLM with specific tasks. You can improve performance of LLM. You can integrate LLM with complex workflows. You can have LLM generate new information. You can customize LLM as per your use case need. So that's a very important point. Before we wrap up, to conclude, let's look at future trend, which is about AI to Gen AI. So prompt engineering to agent engineering. It is about automation using prompts, which means low code, no code, or almost zero code required going forward. You can create agents or the bots, using prompts, which will do the automation of the task. Multi-modal AI integration. It's about integration of voice and video along with text. Small language model, will be more in demand to keep cost and compute low as much as possible without compromising on accuracy and latency of model. Little bit on AI skill set. The hard skill which will be required: business, domain, industry, functional product mindset is very critical. Technical low code, almost it will be zero code, I can say, and the prompt engineering skill. In the soft skill, definitely, as usual, communication and collaboration, responsibility and accountability, fundamental. Problem solving, teamwork, very critical. And critical thinking, ownership-driven approach. Thank you so much for your time and looking forward to connect and collaborate. Thanks again. Have a good one. Bye.